tuning in today. Welcome to Breathwork with God. I am the facilitator, Diamond Opal, and I am so excited to be here today. I am so excited that you are tuning into this. And so we are going to, if this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returner, you already know this is the moment where we kind of prime ourselves, prime our minds, prime our hearts, and prime our environment. So go ahead and get comfortable, but not too comfortable. Find a good place, a good space, and a good position. And we will begin in just a moment. We'll let some more people come in, and we'll give it a few more seconds, and then we'll get started. So just go ahead and just start to breathe as if you haven't been breathing already. But just bring your awareness to your breath and just start to intentionally breathe. Take your body off of autopilot. Just bring your awareness to what it feels like to breathe right now. Intentionally breathe. How does it feel? Is it a little labored? Are you able to take deep, longer breaths? Does it feel more short, quick breaths? Just breathe for a moment. Welcome in, welcome in. If you hear noise on the outside, that is my animals deciding to have the zoomies at this moment. Destroying the living room. So when chaos ensues around you, you just maintain the peace within. Maintain the calmness, the stillness, and allow the external factors to do what they do. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, so we're just going to begin to wake our bodies up for a moment. So we're going to do neck rotations and shoulder shrugs. And so just begin to rotate one way, like this. Each rotation is one complete breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, switch directions. One more time. All right, now we're going to go turn to each side and stretch the sides of our neck. each turn, you'll take a complete breath. One more time. And then we'll do gentle head nods. So last one. All right, now we're just going to wake up our shoulders a little bit. You can either do 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. And we'll just rotate to the back. All right, switch directions to the front. We've kind of loosened ourselves up a little bit, because a lot of times we hold tension in our necks and on our shoulders. And so as we have loosened that up a little bit, that will allow us to be more comfortable for this. And so now I want to take us into a breathing sequence. It is 3, 4, 5, 6. And so what the sequence will consist of is we'll inhale for 3, exhale for 3, inhale for 4, exhale for 4, inhale for 5, exhale for 5, inhale for 6, exhale for 6. But we're going to do this sequence twice. The first time we are going to simply inhale and exhale through our nose. Slow breaths. The second sequence will make it a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper, and we'll inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. All right, so we'll begin with the 3 count breath and just work our way up. Ready? Let's go. 4 count. 5 count. And 6. All right, the second sequence, we're going to inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouths. Take deeper breaths, slower, so you receive more air. Ready? 3 count. 5 count. And 6. Very good, very good. And we'll just sit in this calmness and just breathe intentionally for a moment. We don't have to make it too deep, too long. Just feel how you breathe normally. And just take inventory of that for a moment. So do you naturally take short, quick breaths? Or are you able to take in more deeper breaths? Just analyze your breathing. Go ahead and place your hand on your chest. Kind of feel how your heart is beating. Just feel the heartbeat that's giving you life. All right, as we've taken the inventory, analyzed a little bit, we understand that our bodies work constantly, consistently to keep us alive, to keep us functioning. And so understanding just the very essence of our breathing helps our body help us. And so if you take more short, quick, labored breaths, then your heart is having to work a little bit harder to keep the function and the blood flow, and the lungs have to work a little bit harder to release the oxygen because they're not intaking as much. But when you start to deepen your breath and give longer breaths, you're filling your lungs with more air, more oxygen, which allows the heart to function a bit more normal. So just the essence of taking deep breaths helps your internal organs, your internal system function so much better, which helps you feel better. That's what causes the regulation of your nervous system because it's not overworking, it's not pumping. So when you realize when you're working out and you're exerting yourself and your heart starts pumping really fast and you start to feel overwhelmed, just the simple act of controlling your breathing and being intentional about deep breaths will cause everything else to just calm down and to begin to flow as normal. And so we are just going to flow today. We are going to bring our awareness to our breathing. And with this awareness, we're understanding that yesterday I spoke about the undercurrent. And the undercurrent simply means that when you think of a body of water, on the surface it may seem still, but underneath that, where we feel stuck, where we feel like we're not moving forward, there's no movement, there's no progress. Just begin to focus your intention on the undercurrent. What is still moving underneath the surface that we may not be aware of? How is God moving in our lives that may not be visible right now? And when you think about that, it allows you to give more grace, but to understand that you're always moving. You're never stagnant. Even when you feel like you're stuck in a specific place, there's always forward progress. And so right now, I just want to kind of still things and go within a little bit. And we are just going to take inventory of where we are currently. This is the second day of a new year. And idealistically, we would like to just start fresh and forget the old and, start this new year as empty vessels. But in reality, sometimes we carry our feelings, our thoughts, our troubles from one day to the next, from one year to the next. And so we are just going to take a moment and do an audit or inventory of where we are in this moment, in this space of time, in this season. And this comes from Genesis chapter 3, where when Adam and Eve severed their connection from God, it says they ran and hid. And as God walked throughout the garden, he asked Adam the question, "Where are you?" And this wasn't a question for God because he didn't know, because God knows all. But this was for Adam to take an inventory of, where are you right now? Where are you in your thinking, in your feeling? Where are you spiritually? Because there has been a severance of connection. And so in this moment, just begin to think and to feel and to ask yourself, where am I? How do I feel? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What may be plaguing me right now? What thoughts or worries? How do I feel emotionally? How do I feel physically? Are there any pain, any tightness, any soreness? Do I feel comfortable? Take a moment and inventory your external circumstances. Am I cold? Am I warm? Am I safe? Am I anxious? How are we feeling? Just go from head to toe and just inventory. All you're simply doing is collecting data. Where am I in this season of life? Where am I spiritually? Do I feel maybe distant from God right now? Do I feel closer than ever? Where are you? Just allow yourself to collect the data that is you, as you are, where you are. As you are doing this inventory, make sure that you are breathing, that you are intentionally breathing, whether through your nose or if you're exhaling through your mouth. Just bring your awareness to it as you collect this data. Continue to do that for a couple of moments. Heavenly Father, we come to you humble, grateful, open. We've carved out this time to allow you to gently, divinely disrupt our days. For this moment of intimacy, this moment of surrender with you. And God, as we collect this data of where we are, how we are, what we're feeling, how we're feeling, we understand that we can bring all of us to you. Part of surrendering is withholding nothing. And so this data that we are collecting is just to bring our awareness to the fullness of us in this moment, of our being, so that we can begin to release it to you. You said, cast all of your cares upon me. And so, God, we just ask for forgiveness for all of our sins, all of our transgressions, any barrier block that we have put up that may keep us from you, keep us from hearing you, from seeing you, from feeling your presence. We welcome your presence into this place. We welcome you into our hearts. And we acknowledge that we make you the main thing. You are the main character of this experience, of this moment. And so what I want you guys to do, all of that data that you just collected, all the inventory that you have just taken, just visualize yourself making a ball, just packing it all into a ball. Just fix it up into a ball with your hands. And now just allow it to rest in your hands. Feel the weight of all that you are right now in this moment, in this space of time, in this season. All that you are, where you are. Just feel the weight. Just let it rest in your hands. Don't try to support your hands. Just let it go out. Just hold it. And as your eyes are closed, just begin to breathe. What we are about to do is we are about to release it. We are about to just lay it all at His feet. And so I want, as your eyes are closed, to actually in the moment visualize yourself setting it down at His feet. And when you do, as you release all that you are, where you are, the fullness of you, this inventory, the data that you have just collected, because that's all emotions are, that's all thoughts are. I want you to take the deepest breath that you have ever taken. So when you inhale, just release it, set it down, and then take a big exhale and just release. So in this moment, I want you to do that now. God, we thank you. We thank you that you are big enough to handle all of us. The good, the bad, the ugly. You say, come to you all that are heavy laden, who are burdened, and you will give us rest. And So as we have just released and emptied out ourselves to you, we just rest in this moment, rest in your presence, rest in this surrender, in this moment of intimacy with you. And as we find rest in you, we ask that with your presence comes your peace, comes your comfort. Fill us up where we have just become empty. God, we ask that you open the eyes and the ears of our hearts so that we can see you. Silence the noise in our minds so that we can hear you, so that we can feel you. And as we bring our focus to you, we just ask that you block out anything that is not of you, that takes you away from being the main thing, the main character of this moment. And God, if there is any areas of our hearts where you are knocking at the door to come in, we ask that you highlight those areas so that we can open the door and let you in. Oftentimes we feel as though we must protect ourselves, maybe from others who may have hurt us or misused and abused. But unfortunately, in us closing off our hearts to others, we also close off our hearts to you. And so as we have just released ourselves in a moment of vulnerability and surrender, we sit here defenseless, seeking your protection, your comfort, your peace in this moment of stillness. We don't fight it. We open ourselves up to you. We welcome you in. And so we ask that you have your way in us. And in this moment, I want you guys to just begin to allow your bodies to go on autopilot and breathe on its own as the Lord comes in and takes over. We just relinquish control of our breathing to Him, and therefore relinquishing control of our being. Acknowledging that everything that we do, every expression that we make, stems from our breathing. And so as God gifted us with the breath of life in the beginning, where it says He formed us of the dust of the earth and then breathed the breath of life, thus breathing in our spirit. In a moment of surrender, we relinquish control of that breath as a form of worship and intimacy with Him. God, come in and shake up our breathing. Come in and have your way. Speak to us as you see fit. Show us whatever you would like to show us. Or maybe you would just like to give us comfort and allow your presence to rest on us as we find rest in you. God, you know what we need. And in this moment, we trust you to do what you do. And if you find yourself at any moment drifting in thought, just first bring your awareness back to your breathing with taking an intentional deep breath, and then bring your awareness back to God, putting your body on autopilot, allowing Him to take control of your breathing, and thus this moment. I will go quiet for a few moments just to allow Him to spend time with you. Just open yourself up and allow His presence to overtake you. However that looks, however that feels. Don't try to fight it. Just surrender. So just take 2 to 3 deep breaths, slow and soft. Just allowing your body to feel what each inhale and exhale is doing. Feel the air traveling through your body. Just become uber aware. How are you feeling with each breath? Take a few more deep breaths just like that. Now allow the breath to lift you as you inhale and release out. Up and out. The last couple of days we talked about releasing the old and welcoming in the new. We released and found peace in 2024 and all that it was, all that it carried, all that we felt, all that we did or didn't do, all that happened to us, happened for us, happened through us. All of the trials, the tribulations, all of the good times, the memories, the experiences, the lessons, all of 2024. And we just found rest in releasing all of it. It has happened, it has been felt, it has been done. We cannot change anything. But a disservice that we do to the next day or the next year is to carry all of the baggage of the previous into the new. For the Lord's word says to forsake the old and to embrace the new. For he does a new thing. Do you not perceive it? He even says that he does not put new wine in old wineskin because it does not have the capacity to hold it. It will burst. And so if we carry all of the weight from last year, all of the heaviness from last year into this year, into these days, we will be so full of the old that we will not have capacity to welcome in the new, to receive the new day, the new grace, the new thing that God is doing, the new opportunity that may present itself, the new experiences that are waiting to be had. And so as we reconcile with all that happened in the last 365 days, just as we did with the inventory of where we are, we just release it. Release it to God and trust that He's got you. for He says He knows the plans that He has for us, the plans to prosper and not harm, to give us a hope and a future. And so as we release yesterday, we are saying, God, we trust You with our today, and we believe You for our tomorrow. So we will not worry on the things that we cannot change, but we will receive the hope and the future that You are desiring to give us. And as we make room for You, we make room for the new. We increase our capacity to receive all that You have to give us in 2025. Come alive in 25. So maybe you felt like you were just existing last year. Maybe so much of life just passed you by and it just happened to you. You were just going through the emotions. This year is a fresh start, a new beginning. And with that comes the new graces and mercies that are renewed to us each day. Receive those graces and the mercies that are sufficient. And allow yourself to come alive this year. Allow God to just birth some beautiful things within you, to show you how to love better, how to see yourself better, how to see others better, how to treat others better, how to give better, as well as receive, as well as receive better. Allow this year, allow God to awaken something within you that may have been dormant in previous seasons. This is the year we come alive and we begin to live, to truly live. And so may this be the year of more experiences had, shared, more time spent with God, more progress made, more love given, more memories created. The year of more. This is the year of more. More joy, more peace, more happiness, more love, just more. All of the good things that come from above, we are going to give that more of our attention. We'll focus on the good, the things we want more of, and we will focus less on the things that we do not want. Because where our attention goes, our energy flows. And we want our energy to flow in alignment with the more that God wants to give us, wants to show us, wants to do through us. Just more. And so I hope you all have a beautiful day today on purpose. That just means with intention. So be intentional about your peace. Be intentional about your energy. Be intentional about what you consume, Be intentional about who you allow into your space. Be intentional about being a safe space for others. And most importantly, be intentional about maintaining your awareness of God all throughout your days so that all of the other things can be possible. I thank you guys for tuning in, for spending this time, not just with me, but with your Father who desperately desires a relationship with us, desperately desires intimacy, surrender, just moments with us. So thank you for giving him that. I love you so much, and he loves you so much more. And until next time, this has been Breathwork with God with Diamond Opal. Have a good one. Peace.